Ever noticed how two people can experience the same relationship differently? What if I told you that our minds are wired to see what we want to see, even in our closest relationships? As we unravel the mysteries of biases in romantic relationships, you might find yourself face to face with your own prejudices. Hopefully, we can share some useful insights on how these biases shape our perceptions, decisions, and ultimately, the dynamics between partners. First, we have confirmation bias. Confirmation bias in a romantic relationship refers to the tendency for individuals to search for, interpret, favor, and recall information in a way that confirms their pre-existing beliefs or expectations about their partner or the relationship itself. This bias can manifest in several ways. One is selective attention or selective memory. It's when people pay more attention to behaviors or information or remember past events or conversations that support their beliefs about their partner. For example, one may notice only the positive traits or actions that align with their idealized view and ignore some obvious red flags. Another way is when one interprets ambiguous behaviors or statements in a way that aligns with their preconceived notions. For instance, a person thinks their partner is always supportive. When the partner offers constructive criticism, this person interprets it as a sign of concern rather than as genuine feedback. Seeking confirmation is another example, where one might actively seek out information or opinions that validate their existing views. I know this will sound familiar. It's when a person believes their partner is perfect for them, so they seek advice only from friends who share this belief, ignoring those who have expressed concerns about the partner's behavior or their compatibility. In romantic relationships, confirmation bias can lead to misunderstandings, unrealistic expectations, and even conflict if one or both partners consistently overlook or discount information that contradicts their idealized image of the relationship. It can hinder effective communication and problem-solving by reinforcing stereotypes or assumptions about the partner's behavior. Next is the fundamental attribution error, which is a cognitive bias where people tend to attribute others' behaviors to internal characteristics or traits, while attributing their own behaviors to external factors or situations. In the context of romantic relationships, one might attribute negative behaviors or mistakes of their partner to fixed personality traits. It's like thinking, "He forgot our anniversary because he's thoughtless," without considering external factors that could have influenced the behavior. Conversely, individuals may attribute their own mistakes or negative behaviors to external factors. It's someone making excuses such as, "I forgot our anniversary because I've been so busy lately," minimizing personal responsibility compared to how they attribute their partner's actions. This bias can definitely lead to misunderstandings and conflicts in relationships, eventually straining communication and trust. Third is the false consensus effect. This is when individuals overestimate the extent to which others share their beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors. Someone might assume that their own preferences, values, or behaviors within the relationship are widely shared among others. For example, believing that everyone values frequent communication with their partner as much as they do. Individuals may also expect their partner to share their opinions or viewpoints on various topics, such as social issues or lifestyle choices, without considering the possibility of differing perspectives. This bias can affect communication by leading to misunderstandings or frustration when partners do not meet perceived norms or expectations. For instance, assuming a partner should automatically understand their needs or desires without explicit communication. I would say this is quite common. Typically, it's when one is mad at their partner and the partner doesn't even know what they did wrong. You can only imagine how this influences conflict resolution and can lead to difficulties in compromising or understanding their partner's viewpoint. The next one is something you might have heard before. It's the halo effect. But of course, I can't talk about the halo effect without also mentioning its evil twin, the Horns effect. The halo and Horns effects are biases that influence how individuals perceive and evaluate others, based on their overall impression, often influenced by a single trait or behavior. The halo effect happens when someone's positive qualities or actions overshadow their negative traits or behaviors. This can lead to the following. 1. Overly idealizing a partner based on one or a few admirable traits, such as physical attractiveness, intelligence, or kindness. 2. Ignoring or downplaying less favorable aspects of the partner's personality or behavior because of the overall positive impression. Again, one may fail to see red flags because of this. 3. Believing that a partner who is physically attractive or successful in one area must also be good in other aspects of their life, or in other words, generalizing. Conversely, the horns effect occurs when one negative trait or action of a partner dominates their overall perception, overshadowing their positive qualities. In romantic relationships, this bias can result in 1. Exaggerating the significance of a single flaw or mistake, leading to a negative overall judgment of the partner. 2. Holding on to negative perceptions even when the partner demonstrates positive qualities or behaviors in other areas. 3. Difficulty forgiving or moving past a partner's past mistakes due to a persistent negative impression. These biases can impact relationship dynamics significantly, influencing how partners communicate, resolve conflicts, and perceive each other's strengths and weaknesses. Now, this last one stings a bit because it is very relatable. The sunk cost fallacy is where individuals continue to invest in something, like a relationship, because they have already invested significant resources like time, effort, or emotions, even if continuing that investment is not rational or beneficial. People may stay in a relationship longer than they should because they have invested so much time and effort into it already. They might feel that ending the relationship would mean wasting the time they have already spent together. Emotional attachment can also contribute to the sunk cost fallacy. Individuals may stay in a relationship despite ongoing issues or unhappiness because they have invested so much emotionally and fear the emotional pain of ending it. Moreover, if the relationship is well known to family, friends, or social circles, individuals might hesitate to end it due to the perceived embarrassment or social stigma of admitting the investment was not worthwhile. It is also related to optimism bias, or the belief that if they just keep investing their time, effort, or patience, things will eventually improve or the relationship will return to its initial positive state, even if evidence suggests otherwise. Furthermore, individuals may fear regretting their decision to end the relationship, especially if they focus on what they have already sacrificed or lost rather than potential future happiness. The end result of this cognitive bias is pretty obvious: couples staying together out of a sense of obligation or fear of wasted time rather than because they are truly happy. Biases are pervasive in romantic relationships, but couples can recognize and deal with them if they put effort into it. Being self-aware helps them question assumptions and judgments. Open communication prevents misunderstandings and fights. Understanding biases like the halo and horns effect sets realistic expectations. Focusing on the positive and showing appreciation combats negativity. Encouraging curiosity and empathy deepens understanding. Seeking outside perspectives offers fresh insights. Problem-solving together and avoiding blame builds trust. Reflecting on the relationship regularly helps address biases. It's about actively challenging assumptions, being open to different viewpoints, and embracing personal growth. By doing so, we not only strengthen our relationships, but also create a space where both partners can thrive as individuals.